Morning, everybody. Steve Lentini, the best getting better. The best getting better. My name is Steve Lentini. Welcome. My goal is always to help you close more sales, have more success, have more fun, enjoy your life, be present in the moment. This is all there is. So today what I want to share is some ideas to help you look different. And what you want to do is not look like every other salesperson. And so how does every other salesperson show up? And I'm going to tell you, it's 95 to 98% of your competition is showing up just like this. They're only interested in making a sale. They don't care about the customer. They're interested in their commission. They're waiting for they want their pocketbook to grow. They want their money to grow. And that is a great goal to have. It's just a goal. And it should be lower down the list than helping others. That should be your goal, is helping others. So you want to find the connection, you want to find the fit, you want to make sure that you have a long-term, deeper relationship with clients and future clients. And how you do that is you don't show up looking like you are only in it for you. And you say, well, Steve, nobody knows that, right? I just show up and I'm there to say, hey, you reached out to our marketing department, or I got a lead, or when you gave me the appointment, thanks, by the way, not many cold calls result in appointments. You probably know that, so you make a connection with people. But when you're there, you want instead to show up like you're there to help them and figure out if it's a fit. Because everyone is not a fit, they know that, and they've done a lot of research, by the way, in today's world. So 95 to 98% of your competition is showing up with the predominant thought pattern on their mind that they want to make a sale, and they're excited, and this guy's going to buy from me, or this gal's going to buy from me, and I'm going to make more money today. That's the problem with 100% commission programs. The salespeople have literally very little interest in finding the ideal match for your companies, which takes you away from productive behaviors. If your drivers in your warehouse and your installers, if your software engineers are in accounts that weren't properly screened, and your salespeople didn't work very well to find the fit, or software engineers, salespeople, technical salespeople, even if you're selling cleaning services, or if you're selling supplies, business to business. If you don't find the fit, then what happens is the rest of the company becomes unproductive and less profitable. Unless you're set up to UPS everything out like Amazon, then you need to find the fit. If you have your own drivers, if you have your own inside people, you don't want to waste productive time. But salespeople are showing up because of the commission plans, because of the pay plans, only interested in closing a deal. And so the customers suffer, and you as a salesperson, you show up like someone with commission breath. That's what I call it. And someone with commission breath could care less about the customer. Now, that might not be their mind thought consciously, but because they're focused on commission, that's what they're hungry to go close a few deals, and leadership is pushing them to go close a few deals. What happens is the customer doesn't sense that they're in it to help them, and that's what people are looking for today. They still want to buy from people they like and trust. That's never gone away, and it won't ever. The second thing is people more than ever are looking for the fit. They're looking to feel good, to have that good feeling about the decision they made. And if the salesperson shows up in the idea that, hey, I'm going to close a sale today because my boss said, you better close the sale, or my wife said, you better go make some extra money, or my husband said, how's it going out there on the trail? Are you closing any deals? People sense that because that's your energy. That's the only thing you can manage is you. You control you. So how do you become more productive and close more sales and have more fun? Because you don't get enrolled in the people that aren't going to buy from you anyway. You already know that. If you've been in sales, have you sold everyone? No. You already know that. So why not work to find the fit and go for the no. In other words, your idea should be all sales start out at no. That's my experience. We get told a lot, no a lot in sales. So do you mind if we work on finding the fit? And I'll explain my process to you. So explain your sales process. Tell them that you're looking for a fit, a good fit. We're looking for a good fit for both our company and for you, of course. You could start it out the other way. We're looking for a good fit for you and for our company. We want to make sure it works for both of us. So by having that different energy, you look totally different than most salespeople, because you're coming in to help them find the fit and find the best solution, even if it's not you. And most salespeople are coming in looking to close the deal. They could care less if it fits for the company or not. And in the end, the customer doesn't get the best deal. They don't get the best service. They don't get the best support because it wasn't screened properly. You're doing customers and clients a favor by helping them buy. And it's a great energy. Then to consciously manage your energy, putting out positive energy, leaving behind all the details of the day. It doesn't matter the stack of bills on your desk. It doesn't matter that you and your spouse had a fight. It doesn't matter that your kids bothered you. It doesn't matter what's going on in the world. Let it go. You can't control it. You're not the general manager of the universe. So you let everything go and you focus on what you can do, which is your behavior, how you behave, how you show up. I've closed multiple $1 million sales, $1 million deals, actually letting the sale go, totally being present with the clients to help them. And in 2 instances, they called me back. And then in many other instances, that's what led to closing the deal. How do I find out? I ask people. Hey, what was the difference? Why is it that you gave us the business? When we don't get it, what was the difference? Why did XYZ get the business? I want a yes, a no, or a lesson, or a clear future. So those are 4 approved outcomes. Number 1, I want to know. I want that early. Number 2, I want a yes. Number 3, I want a lesson. Number 4 is a clear future. I'm okay if I understand what the next step is, and the client, we're both on the same page. So let me recap before I go. So for our next meeting, which by the way is in 2 weeks on Tuesday at 10 o'clock, and I will confirm it with you. Here's what we're going to cover. Here's what you'd like me to get back to you with in between. So you go back over it so that you show that you've listened, you hear people. And again, those are the behaviors you can control. You listen, you take notes. You're talking 25 to 30% of the time, and your future client is talking 70% of the time. Even your existing customers. Especially if it's a new project or some new idea, or you're venturing into an area that you haven't currently serviced them. You don't have all the business. There's lots of giant, I know software companies that are in huge companies, and they can sell their software. They don't have it throughout the company. They've got it in different divisions, and they're working on it. So there's always places that we can grow our sales. And if we've got a good product and we have faith in it, see, that's the other thing. You're going to have better energy if you have a good product. You work for owners that have integrity and people that have integrity. I know CEOs of companies whose integrity is way out because all they're concerned about is their own goals. That's all they're concerned about. They could care less even about their employees. How do you know? They have a lot of turnover. And either in membership or in customers or in employees, look for those things. It tells you something about the company. What do their results say? And so then that's how you can sell and look different, is you can bring third-party stories. Okay, so I hear what you're looking for, and let me confirm that with you. So far, what you've told me is, and you go back over your notes and you restate it. That's called active listening, because you're making sure that you heard what they said and that you've heard it in the same way. Then you'll ask them, is there anything else to add? Okay, so what I'm hearing is you want to solve this and this. This is the challenge, and this is what you want to solve. And this is what it's costing you. I have 2 customers. Do you mind if I share with you 2 quick stories about customers that have our customers that started out just like you? They weren't customers, and they had the similar situation. Do you mind if I share that with you? Third-party stories. Then when you're done, you say, would you like their numbers? So you should have things that you're proud of, customers that you've helped. Go to your top salespeople too. That's the other thing. Find out what they're doing to close sales and what's working for them. By the way, they may not be helping people buy. Sometimes they may be working 40% harder, or 50% harder, or 100% harder than they have to. How do I know that? I've worked with salespeople who are totally obnoxious. And until we tweaked their behavior and got them to see another way, because they were very convinced, by the way, this is interesting. They're very convinced that the way they were doing it were right. And they were working, in one case, 3 times as hard. He was very good. He could have been writing 3 times the money had he toned himself down. And I've had multiple cases of that where I've helped people. Some you don't help because you can't. Some people know everything. They know everything. You cannot even give them a new idea. It's like you couldn't put a new tool in their toolbox. So many of them became much more productive, had happier lives, and they worked half as hard. Half as hard. I'm not saying you don't work hard. You work smart. Okay, so you can control your behavior. You bring an energy of wishing people silently joy, success, and happiness. See, that's a positive energy. And you also bring a detachment from outcomes. So you're not attached to the outcome. You don't have commission breath because all you want to do is make a sale. I want to bring home a bigger paycheck. You will. You'll bring home a bigger paycheck if you take care of all these things that I'm telling you. Detach from outcomes. Go for no. Go for no early on so that you're finding the fit. And by finding the fit, you're going to walk away from deals. You'll clearly hear customers, future customers, and customers' ideas that aren't a fit. And then you can work with them. You might even challenge them, like the Challenger Sale, Matthew Dixon, great book. You've got to understand where to bring that skill and how to have the connection to exercise that skill of challenging people. It's a skill because you do it from the heart. You do it because you have a solid conviction and integrity about the solution. And when you hear people proposing something that's crazy, that's what I do. When I work with salespeople who are working hard, I tell them, you're working way too hard because you're not managing your energy. You're not making a connection and working to find the fit. And if it's going to be no, when do you want to know? And so people get so hung up on a commission and making a deal, they get attached to what I call the client's system, the future prospects system. And their system is get a good deal. Their boss told them get a good deal. Maybe their boss told them get 3 prices. Hey, I don't know if this is the case here, but a lot of times companies are just looking for 3 prices so that they can go back to their existing supplier and say, hey, here's what we found out. Let's talk. If that's the case, let me know now. That's okay. I'll get you pricing. Or not. You could, see, it's up to you. But you could say, yeah, so based on the parameters, I'll just write you down a ballpark figure and I'll send you an email. It's going to be $75,000 for the software. Does that help you? You might as well find out early if it's going to be no. Then you manage your energy. So you're detached from outcomes. You're going for no early. You're managing your energy. You're silently either blessing people or wishing them joy, success, and happiness. You're managing the energy you send out. You leave out all the gaga that's going on in your life because guess what? You can't change it anyway. It's here now. You let it go. Have some fun with it. Hey, sometimes our lives are more difficult than others. Sometimes they're messier. Sometimes it's clean and neat. Sometimes it's joyous and happy. Sometimes we have other feelings. But guess what? Those feelings will pass. Leave them. Leave them. They'll pass faster if you just leave them and don't pay any attention to them. They're just a feeling. Not all of them are true. Then you tell them your process. You explain what your sales process is going to look like. It could be that you have a lot of questions. You've done your research. I've got a lot of questions. I did some research. I've got some third-party stories. So here's typically what I like to do. Get all the questions out on the table, take notes, and then you and I both validate and understand that what I'm hearing is correct. See if there's anything that we've missed. And then I've got some third-party stories to share with you that I think will be a fit based on the early information that you shared. Like that, something like that. And don't use my way. I mean, I come up with something based on the situation. I'm in the moment. So that's the other thing. Breathe and be in the moment. Be here now. This is all there is. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. And you'll find that you'll close more sales more often because customers will notice that you're there to help them, that you're there to find the fit, and they'll feel safe with you. And you're going to look different than 95 to 98% of the salespeople. A lot of them aren't even getting any training. So, any questions, you call me, 917-805-1088, 917-805-1088. If you'd like to hear more about this process, call me, Steve Lentini, 917-805-1088. My email is steve@stevelentini.com. That's L-E-N-T as in Tom, I-N-I. L as in Linda, E-N-T as in Tom, I-N-I. Steve@stevelentini.com. Have a great week. Close more sales. Have fun.